A Ship, an Isle, a Sickle Moon by James Elroy Flecker, 1884 to 1915. A ship, an isle, a sickle moon, with few, but how splendid stars! The mirrors of the sea are strewn between their silver bars. An isle beside an isle she lay, the pale ship anchored in the bay, while in the young moon's port of gold a starship, as the mirrors told, put forth its great and lonely light to the unreflecting ocean night. And still, a ship upon her seas, the isle and the island cypresses went sailing on without a gale, and still there moved the moon so pale, a crescent ship without a sail. Okay, this poem is by James Elroy Flecker. He was English. He went to Dean Close School and to Trinity College, Oxford. His father was actually the headmaster at Dean Close. Then he became a diplomat, but he contracted tuberculosis. Now, he wrote lots and lots of poetry during his lifetime, and unfortunately in 1915 he died of tuberculosis at an early age. So what's this about? Okay, a ship, an isle, a sickle moon. So I think this is all describing the moon. This is the moon in the sky. Yeah, and I think this is it's a lovely description of the moon moving through the sky. Let's see, a sickle moon. This is the new moon, where it's like a very thin curve, like the moon in the Turkish flag. Yeah, a sickle moon. It's just a new moon. An isle, an island, a ship. A ship, an isle, a sickle moon, with few but how splendid stars! The mirrors of the sea are strewn between their silver bars. Okay, so we've got the moon, and I think he's calling the moon a ship. It looks like a ship sailing in the sky. It looks like an island where you might land with your ship. A sickle moon. And then if you look at the sky, there are a few stars. Yeah, and then this next bit, the mirrors of the sea are strewn beneath their silver bars. Well, the first thing I think of is an image of the moon coming up over the sea, and you can see this reflection of the moon. But this is saying that the few stars that you can see, these are like the light of the moon being reflected upon the sea, because I think the sea is the night sky in which the ship or the island or the sickle moon sails. So strewn, the mirrors of the sea are strewn to throw everywhere between their silver bars. So yeah, the light of the moon is shining between the silver rays of light, or maybe these stars look like the reflection of the moon. An isle, beside an isle she lay, the pale ship anchored in the bay. So with this isle, I think that this could either be interpreted as the isle being a cloud, and maybe we've got a cloud near the moon, or maybe the moon itself is an island. So maybe the pale anchored ship, yeah, is the moon, because if you look at the Sickle moon, it's the shape of a boat. So maybe this moon is anchored beside a cloud, or maybe he's imagining this moon beside an island. The moon is almost like an island. While in the young moon's port of gold, a starship as the mirrors told. So the moon is in the port of gold. Maybe the port of gold is also the sunset going down, the sun disappearing, and maybe there's the moon in the evening sky, and you can see just a little bit of light in the twilight at the end of the day, and that's the young moon at the beginning of the night. A starship, so a ship's flying among the stars, as the mirrors told. So I think the mirrors here are the stars. Yeah, the mirrors are telling us that this is a ship that sails through the stars. Put forth its great and lonely light to the unreflecting ocean night. So this ship sails into the night, and as night falls, the moon moves across the sky, and this is this image of this boat or this ship sailing upon the ocean of night. Yeah, and the ocean of night doesn't reflect the moon like a real ocean would. And still, a ship upon her seas, the isle and the island cypresses went sailing on without a gale. So I think still there's no movement. You can't see the movement. A ship upon her seas. So the moon is not rocked by the sea. It's not moved by the waves. Yeah? The isle and island cypresses. So here I think he's calling the moon the island, and he's thinking about the cypress trees that you might find on an island. And this is sailing on, it's sailing through the dark sea without the gale, without the wind and the bad weather. And still there moved the moon so pale, a crescent ship without a sail. And the moon continued to move with its pale colour, and it's a crescent ship, this ship in this shape that's moving through the ocean of night, and it doesn't have a sail because there's no mast to it. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. A Ship, an Isle, a Sickle Moon by James Elroy Flecker.